Chapman died of a gunshot to the head, and there were no other signs of violence, so this bat can't be used as a clue in the investigation. No, I'm not going to pretend to be a baseball player or a psychopath. It looks specially placed there, so that you'll run into it every time you come through the door. Good idea, but besides looking through it, the time has come to do a full, in-depth ransacking of this room. I must not be on the right track. I've looked everywhere, but I haven't found a single thing that resembles a clue. This is going to be harder than I expected. I spent all night driving, and Gabbo only let me rest for an hour or two, so I'd better not stare at it for too long. What I wouldn't do to lie down just for half an hour. What I wouldn't do... No. I rummaged through it before and nothing. In that drawer, there's nothing but bills, and in the cabinet, some photo albums. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old. Seems like a lifetime since yesterday when I wore them during Brian's fake funeral. There's no signal out there. Bennett gave it to me before my shower. It's a photocopy of the suicide note they found next to Chapman's body. It says, "To the Honorable Judge Lutricia C. Whitley, I beg the Lord Almighty to forgive me for what I am about to do, but I beg even more for justice to be restored in the United States of America, a country which seems to have given up on it without remorse. What's the use of defending your country if your country won't defend you? What good did 40 years of service and a perfect record do for Colonel Nathaniel H. Kordsmeyer? How is it that a disgusting murderer like Brian Basco can slip through the cracks of the justice system by making up a simple lie and that phony amnesia? I sincerely hope that this gesture of mine, disgracing myself and losing my honor, can at least help make sure that people like you, Your Honor, change your mind when you rule on this case and make the right decision. I hope you put the murderer where he belongs and justice back in its place. God have mercy on my soul." Bennett gave it to me before my shower. I beg the Lord Almighty to forgive me for what I am about to do, but I beg even more for justice to be restored in the United States of America, a country which seems to have given up on it without remorse. It's more and more obvious to me that this is a fake. I'm almost certain they're the ones Chapman used during his days in the ring. You can see Chapman was a natural-born athlete. Whoever killed him must have been very careful about it. Photo's not bad, but not good enough to keep. Son? I don't see how... Looks comfy. Just like that? With all the work I have left? No, I'll have to make up some excuse before I can do that. Oh, old Granny Timmons had one just like it. Okay, I'll start training for retirement. Okie doke, had enough of that. When I opened it during my thorough search, I verified that there's nothing but ash inside. You won't find anything but that. I'm not cold. That radio is one that picks up broadcasts from all over the world, although they never seem to work. I already looked inside and behind each and every one of those books, and nothing drew my attention. Well, if I really have to. Kordsmeyer's Slayer faces maximum sentence. Damn the press. What do they know about the Slayer? I spent all night driving, and Gabbo only let me rest for an hour or two, so I'd better not stare at it for too long. What for? When I searched through the room, they're filled with those typical dust collectors you can never seem to get yourself to throw away. There's a pile of photocopies. One thing I did find, though, is his birth date, August 19th, 1953. There's a set of silverware and several tablecloths in the drawers. I see the exact number of cupboards you would expect to find in a kitchen this size. I did that already, and logically all I found were pots, pans, and food. Nice still life he's got sitting on top. When I did my general rummaging in the room, I also opened the fridge. It's empty and turned off. I already had too much tonight on our way over here, but maybe I could make some for Bennett. Nah, I'll ask him if he wants some later. I already had too much. For being a widower's house, there's a lot of them. Most men get by with a can opener and a bottle cap remover. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually. More effective than... Has a flat contour made of rubber. Killer stuff. Has a flat contour... There was a similar one back at my folks' place. It's locked with a padlock. Looks truly vast out there. I don't want to get too far away from the cabin. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. Chapman must have been very proud of his catches. I couldn't cut through the fishing line with my bare hands, and they're too tough to gnaw through. I'm no friend of gratuitous violence, There are probably some... The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter. It leads to the main... No, the further I get from the cabin, the less chance I have of finding what I'm looking for. The riverbed is completely... No, when I grabbed the wire cutter, I noticed there... Nothing but... I guess Bennett rented it to come here. I don't even have the keys, and I've always been awful at hot wiring cars. Not that I have anywhere to go. Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock. Using a wire cutter? Sounds difficult. I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... This will definitely end up coming in handy. I doubt I could. The padlock is much thicker and harder than a wire or cable. Commode? Oh, the toilet. Well, if I'm forced to call it the commode then. I won't get into the details, but I already checked down there, and despite being spotless, the stench it emanates is horrific. The fancy commode is nauseating. Before my shower, I tried to light it so I'd be warm when I got out, but there's no wood. No, the temperature's perfect in here, at least for fall. That's my suitcase. I always keep it in my car with a few changes of clothes, a toiletry bag, and some pajamas. I got used to carrying it around during those years when I never knew where I would wake up. What wild and crazy times. No, I left it there precisely so I wouldn't have to haul it all over the house. I'd bet anything Chapman's wife made them. Until tomorrow when I want to change clothes, I won't need anything that's in there. It's a jacuzzi with a million little soothing jets aimed at every part of your body for maximum relaxation. Bottles of shampoo, bath gel, a sponge, that kind of stuff. I took a shower a while ago, and I don't want to wear out my welcome, not even for the sake of hygiene. To do that, I'd have to take off my jacket, shirt, pants, panties, and call me a prude. But I'm not doing that while the bathroom door is still open. Another one? No, Bennett said he'd take care of searching upstairs. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
First of all, can I make you some coffee?
Don't tempt me, Gina. I gave up on coffee the day Brian ran away.
How come?
After recent events, my brain has been so traumatized that consuming any stimulants could create an imbalance in my mental equilibrium. You know, I produce enough adrenaline and dopamine to fill an entire coffee maker myself.
Oh, I bet. Or even two. Hey, about Chapman. Could you tell me anything more about Chapman's death?
He had been fishing that day, but we know he returned here in mid-afternoon because he received a telephone call at 6:15 p.m.
Is anything known about that call Chapman received the afternoon he died?
I haven't figured it out yet, but what is clear is that the call was cut off. In fact, the line was cut off for a few days, and they came to repair it during the investigation.
Now that you mention it, who investigated the case?
In the beginning, the county sheriff, but then the military and the FBI took over and sent him home. Since the contact who gave me the keys to this place belongs to the FBI, I know the investigation was a mess, almost non-existent.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Kordsmeyer's death and Brian's trial had already stirred up too much of a fuss. Since Chapman's demise seemed like a clear case of suicide, with a gunshot to the temple and his own gun in his hand and no other signs of violence, the feds and army came in, they took a few fingerprints, a couple photos, rummaged through some drawers, and case closed.
What do you know about Chapman's life?
Very little. He was born right here in Winkaping County. He loved sports. He was a calm and quiet man. His wife died a few years back, and he isn't known to have had any romances since.
Why is the cabin so clean 6 months after Chapman's death?
The cleaning lady has been coming in once a week because Chapman paid her for 6 months' work in advance, and her time's not up yet.
Let's drop Chapman's death for a bit.
Okay, any other questions?
You know, about our objectives in this house. What did we come here to do?
Our mission here consists of two parts. To find that message Chapman wanted to give the judge, and to look for clues which prove my theory that he did not commit suicide.
Have we found any of the stuff we're looking for?
Unfortunately, I haven't. However, everything seems to indicate that Chapman had a laptop here, which is now missing.
Who took it? The military? The FBI?
Perhaps, but it also could have been taken by the killer.
Or maybe Chapman hid it himself.
Good thinking, Gina. Good thinking.
Do we have authorization from anyone to be here?
Not exactly, but sort of. I have a friend at the FBI. I asked him for help, and he sent me the keys to the cabin and several documents related with the investigation. That and my status as a court psychiatrist should keep anyone from bothering us.
One other thing. Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on, I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
Damn, right under the kitchen cabinets. Where are they? I bet they fell into that hole. My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. I don't want to go up there and invade Bennett's turf. However, if I'm going to talk with him, I'm better off taking a seat. Much more. That's a great...
What's on your mind?
Hey, about Gabbo? Why is Gabbo not in Happydale?
Destiny creates strange bedfellows, Gina. Allow me to explain. The night Brian escaped, I stayed at work very late. And suddenly... Miss Palmer, you forgot how to knock before entering?
I want Basco's recordings and the report.
What?
Got 3 seconds. 1.
I'm not giving you a thing.
2.
And while you were escaping, Miss Palmer stole the recordings and the report on Brian, right?
I'm afraid so. Luckily, I had just sent a backup copy to my computer at home, and only Judge Whitley and I know the password.
How did you and...
Gabbo and I hid all night in an abandoned wing of the hospital, and in the morning we snuck into the laundry truck,
What did you and Gabbo do after escaping?
We went to my house to retrieve my recordings of Brian's hypnotherapy sessions, but when we got there was a very suspicious-looking car watching the front door, so we didn't dare go in.
Did you tell Gabbo to contact me during Brian's fake funeral?
Yes. I mistakenly thought that you knew his whereabouts. Meanwhile, I came here and began to investigate the Chapman case.
Where is that crazy guy now?
Oh, don't you worry. He'll be back any minute now, with money from a few bingo parlors, some fresh bruises, and a bad case of crabs. He's hyperactive, you know.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
I'll leave you alone and continue snooping around here.
All right.
There's so little space between the cabinets and the floor that I can't even fit my pinky underneath. It held up one of the fish skeletons hanging on the back porch. That seems like a good idea. But where exactly? It's too thick to slip under the cabinet. Good idea. That was was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. These are Chapman's keys. They open all the doors and padlocks in the cabin. That seems like a good idea. But where exactly? Good idea, Gina. How weird, it doesn't have a stamp. Yes, now it'll be a piece of cake. Shoot, it's pitch black down there. Very dark down there. Very dark down there. I'd rather not. I don't want to throw that away. Well. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better, saves me more time. Did Chapman do his own laundry? I've got nothing to wash. Now I understand why there's no clothesline in the yard. No, I don't have anything wet, not even my hair, since I didn't wash it during my shower. That's why I'm wearing this cap. Whoever searched this joint really got into it. They left everything so organized. There's nothing that really draws my attention, maybe the Capote puppy, but now is no time for playing with dolls. Looks thick. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated. It's at least 5 or 6 yards long. Fishing hooks, wire cutter. Been there, done that. There are several things that could have come in handy before, but I've moved on since then. There's a mixture of garden tools, painting accessories, fishing tackle. After a quick glance, my conclusion is that there is nothing I really need or want. I think that's where the fishermen put their victims out of their misery. Oh, it smells putrid. No thanks. Your normal, everyday wetsuit for diving. That's a men's model. It looks like the one the bad guy wore in that movie, what was it called again? I saw it last summer, but I can't remember the name. Okay, when it rains. If it rains. And on top of everything, I can't remember the title of that spooky movie. Either that is a fishing pole rack or my name isn't Gina Timmons. Well, actually, my name is Georgina Nicole, but not even Brian knows that. It's nailed to the wall. And anyway, what would I do with it? That's not a fishing pole. What big eyes you have. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. I refuse to look at every nook and cranny of this cabin through the magnifying visor unless there's some reason to do so. I'd end up with a headache for days. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh? Looks like the county sheriff and Chapman got along really well. No, that fish looks slimy and gross. Just one? Nobody mentioned Chapman was missing a leg. No, one of the boots is missing, so I would walk a little lopsided. That doesn't sound too smart. No, I'm not doing that.
What is it, Gina?
Hey. Miss Palm?
The night Brian escaped, I stayed at work very late, and suddenly... Miss Palmer, you forgot how to knock before entering?
I want Basco's recordings and the report.
What?
Got 3 seconds. 1.
I'm not giving you a thing.
2.
Did you...
Yes, I mistakenly thought that you knew his whereabouts.
Let's talk about...
As you wish.
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No, no document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina. Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with...
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing! They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink.
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. It'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
I'm trying to quit drinking coffee.
Why are you telling me this? Don't tell me you want to sue the coffee companies, too. Or maybe you're just trying to play the martyr and butter me up so I'll help you. That's it. Well, no.
Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
You're sleeping on the couch tonight, Chapman.
Did you get it right? No.
Chapman.
You see? You and Chapman weren't.
Strawberry shortcake.
You just made that.
My panther.
You see?
Let's forget about the whole nickname. I found an envelope at Chapman's house, and it contained some tiny spider hairs.
Uh-huh. So?
I know you have information regarding spiders in the Chapman case.
Me? No. And you'd need one accurate lie detector to hear otherwise.
I'm offering you the envelope as a sign of goodwill.
Let me guess. You need my fingerprints on it to frame me and take me out of the picture, right? Excuse me, but I can't accept that.
We'll talk about the envelope later. Were you really such great friends with Chapman?
He left me his fishing rods in his will, and now they're my most prized possession. Need I say anything more?
I think...
I'm listening.
Hey, you.
Did you get it right?
Honey.
Wrong.
Let's... Talking with you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere for now. I hope Jean's doing better than I am.
It's full of clothes and sheets. No, I just changed a short while ago. A bed. It's been so long since I've rested in one. Don't I wish? Bennett was right. I bet there was a laptop on this desk. The question is, where is it now? Using the electrical socket? It's already plugged in. Maybe the right thing to do would be to connect it to something on the desk. That's the same model of wireless router we have at home. Not necessarily. It's already plugged into the electric and telephone sockets. I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day Chapman died, but someone came to fix it a few days later. I wonder if it works now. I could call. Let's see.
Judge Whitley's office. Randall Lane speaking. Can I help you?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Chapman wanted to talk to the judge. Oops, I hung up on him. I think Bennett told me Chapman received a call a few hours before his death, and the line cut off during the call.
Who are you? And why is you calling from Sad Belly's phone number?
Huh?
Dagnabbit. What was Sad Belly's real name again? Cappy? Chapo? Chapman. That's it. You a cop?
No, I'm his niece.
Niece? The dumb one?
The smart one.
Well. The dumb one sure was pretty. I'm Barry from the gas station at mile marker 3. What can I do for you, miss?
You're an antiquated old chauvinist pervert.
And you're a horny little honeysuckle, right? Oh no, I forgot you're the smart one.
Just because I'm smart doesn't mean I'm ugly.
All the same to me, sweetie pie. My cataracts are the size of a summer squash, so any warm-blooded female turned me on.
Did you call Chapman, my Uncle Jerome, the evening of his death?
Sure did. Some guys came into the station. I filled up their tanks, and they asked about your Uncle Jerome's cabin, so I showed them the way.
Who were those guys that asked about Chapman's cabin?
They said they were family members, but I'm getting so done with old age I forgot to charge them. So I called Sad Belly, your uncle, to ask him to ask them for the cash.
Did Chapman know he'd be getting a visit from these family members?
He must not have been expecting him, 'cause he sounded pretty darn surprised when I mentioned it. Then the call cut off.
Did you tell anyone else about Chapman's visiting family members and the phone call?
Well, no. If I did, I'd have cops crawling all over the place asking me questions. And I already paid my debt to society. Plus, there's nothing wrong with people visiting each other or a call being cut off, is there, hot cakes?
Thanks for your help, Barry.
Thank you, sweetie pie. What are you wearing under your...
Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hello, Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk.
The only problem is I can't remember our friend Chapman's nickname. The one his wife used to call him. You know. Oh, you know that head of mine.
How's the sheriff doing?
Oh, he's a great guy. Very pleasant and friendly.
Okay, so if he were any unfriendlier, he'd be an attack dog, or worse, a bone?
You said it.
Have you managed to get any information out of him?
Not yet, but I feel optimistic. The sheriff is helping me a whole lot.
I get it. The jerk won't give you a shred of evidence.
Yes, exactly. Very generous of him.
Maybe I could convince him. After all, I have worn a sheriff's uniform before.
exactly consist of wearing that uniform. Don't you fret, I'll get him to cooperate.
Good luck with the sheriff. I'll call you in a bit.
Till then.
Hey, Gina!
Hey, Gabbo, what are you doing?
Crossword puzzles!
Sounds like he's in a bind. Not that I know a lot about these things, but its peculiar shape demonstrates that the football was invented before the wheel. I don't like football. The woods, the well, a swing. What a pleasant landscape to see every morning when you wake up. Okay, so I have an amazing apartment in Manhattan, and Brian loves it, but sometimes I'd love to move back out to the country. Several things. It's not hot enough out to open it. I have no intention of walking around on the roof. I'm not seduced by the idea of jumping outside from here. The glass is clean, and I can see out perfectly. And last of all, flies don't enter through a closed window. Hey, if after all this is over, and I say I'll open it, that'd be funny. I have no They're empty. I don't believe I'll be needing those. If I remember well from when I looked before, first drawer, socks, second, underwear, third, undershirts, fourth, handkerchiefs, and bills. Looks like they put it there on purpose so people would stub their toe and come. Looks like they put it. First drawer, socks, second, underwear, third, undershirts, fourth, handkerchiefs, and bills. It has something hanging on it. Okay, it's what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. The Chapman's wedding. How cute. I'm not a major fan of weddings, not even in pictures. Inside is Chapman's wife's wedding ring and a pair of earrings. How sad. Unfortunately, Mrs. Chapman's taste in jewelry was a bit different from mine. I mean, if I actually liked them, I wouldn't think twice about taking them. For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment. I could call. Oh no. The secretary's voice, or the voice of whoever answered before, gave me the creeps. I wish I knew how to get a hold of him, but Brian lost his cell phone months ago when he was arrested. When he called me the other day to tell me about identifying a body similar to his, he called from Gabbo's phone.
Hello, Gina.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey Bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving. I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope. Another thing, the sheriff just told me Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub? Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Yes, maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going into the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cata boom bam crack a boom! Banana!
He was really frightening sometimes. Anyway... Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there. Gabbo?
You'll be happy to know that the grenades work! This is gonna be one crazy party.
All that's left are some glow sticks and cartridges. I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back. I haven't seen a glow stick for ages. According to Brian, there are 2 different liquids inside, and when you bend the stick, they mix together and react to light up. Go figure. The only thing hidden in there was the military chest. If Chapman left anything for the judge, I'll have to look for it elsewhere. I refuse. That thing in the back looks like a jacuzzi motor. That will not be done by Miss Gina Timmons, no siree. There's a pile of photocopies. There are reports on recruits who were under Chapman's command at some time. One thing I did find, though, is his birth date, August 19th, 1953. No, I snooped. It may be compact, but it was perfect for escaping from the cemetery yesterday. I have no intention of going anywhere for the time being. That sounds good. That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it? Several options come to mind. I could tie the rope up here and climb down it, but what if it breaks? I could make a lasso to rope in the boot like at a rodeo, but that doesn't really sound like a realistic plan. Or I could just sit around and come up with inane ideas all day, but I think I should try to be more productive. I don't see what I'd... Yeah, I guess fishing again would be a good solution, but I'd never manage to toss it hard enough to get it through the boot down there. I don't see what I'd... Another one? No. I could make a... No. It's driving me insane that I can't remember the name of that movie with the evil raincoat. No, it gives... No, I... Nothing on... Not so... Nothing worth... Nothing... There's nothing that really... No. No, no, that doesn't, no. To do that, I'd need a shovel and a rake. But don't get any bright ideas. I have no intention of doing it. Gabbo made it by throwing a grenade or something. Gabbo said he'd be down there doing something I didn't understand. Gabbo said he'd be down there doing something I didn't understand. Gabbo?
Don't come down here. It's very dangerous.
Okay, but can you tell me what Brian did after he found Kurgan and burned his...
No! Don't you come down. Walk down here and I'll knee you in your face.
Okay already.
Out! This place is for...
And you are obviously a professional... What was that again?
of nothing. But I'm crazy. Are you crazy? No. Move along then, sister.
He says he's doing... I could take more glow sticks, but I... No, I took... No. Flies. No, sooner or later the electric company will get tired of him not paying his bills. They'll cut off the power and the coffee maker will turn off by itself. I don't need to collect the... No way. No, I could make a lasso to rope in the boot like at a rodeo, but that doesn't really sound like a realistic plan. It's of Indian origin, a special design traditionally used for selling to tourists on the reservation. Seems to be in great shape. I don't remember the existence of any tribe of the obese owls. It's a quiver for holding arrows. Hope I don't prick myself. Okay, ready. Sharp tip. Yeah, that's the way it's normally done. In this situation, of course, that's not the important thing to do. What I need is to find the right place to shoot the arrow to reach my goals. I'd rather not get rid of that. Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing. Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer. Let's hope it works. Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively.
Poisonous?
But not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary assistant sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively. A Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
And this wire... Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was? This has gotta be it. Damn! Let's try it out. Nope. Let's try it out. Nope. Yeah, his wife's name. This has to work. And it didn't either. That's a good one. Too bad. Well... Nope. That's a good one. Too bad. The 19th of August, 1947. You simply gotta try the person's date of birth. Well, sometimes it works. His rank? Damn! Nothing. No strokes of luck coming my way. Chapman left it in suspended mode, and now it's asking me... Not necessarily. I could call. I wish I knew how to get a hold of him, but Brian lost his cell phone when he called me the other day to tell. He said he was going with the sheriff to see that insectologist. He says he's doing some... Earlier, I removed the back cover from the... I already... Wow. Was Chapman... Wow. There are all kinds of... Wow. There's nothing else inside. It's a photocopy of... For my lovey bear from your little squirrel. I don't like to steal other people's... First prize acrobatic rock and roll, Winquipum County. These Chapmans were really some multifaceted individuals. I almost feel deprived to have never met them. Though they weren't that young. I can't think of anything else to enter. In fact, Let's try... Nope. Chapman left it in suspended mode, and now it's asking me for a password to reopen his session. It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name? It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent. Loading. National Security Database. Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires Level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your Level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your Level 3 access code... What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco Innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing Tarantula's profile on the web, Chapman started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there were some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited. He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best. She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang!
Bennett! Get down! Bennett, it's too late! Go start the car!
They following us?
Not for long. Banana!
Poor Bennett.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way. You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana! Now, where were we?
Following your escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes and
then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise. You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build. What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass, and he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man. But make it snappy, Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping at all.
I'm gonna keep planning.
Good for you.
Well, like Gabbo said...